Last year, the Buffalo Bills looked terrific against the Kansas City Chiefs in a game that truly goes down in the annals of NFL playoff lore. We'll be talking about it for years to come. And we look back on it as if it's Josh Allen versus Mahomes and Mahomes versus Allen and all of that. It is a quarterback-driven league. But somebody did catch a lot of footballs for a ton of yards and a lot of scores in that game. And he joins us right here on the Rich Eisen Show. 8 catches, 201 yards, and 4 touchdown receptions in the divisional playoff game the Bills played in Kansas City last year on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line, entering year 3 out of Central Florida for the Buffalo Bills, is wide receiver Gabriel Davis. Good to chat with you, Gabriel.
Yes, sir. Glad to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
You got it. So what is your recollection of that night in Kansas City?
It was a bittersweet moment. It was a time that I had the opportunity to go out there and play and show what I can do, and I was able to do that. But, we weren't able to come out with what we ultimately wanted was a win. But, again, just a bittersweet moment for me to be able to have an opportunity and take advantage the way I did.
Well, did you wake up, I guess, for lack of a better phrase, a Mayfield term, feeling dangerous? Like, did you enter that game with a different sensibility of yourself, Gabriel?
I just woke up and knew what the plan was, and knew I'd be in the game for most of the game, and knew I had to make some plays and make stuff happen. And you live for moments like that to be able to for people to count on you when times are tough. And I was able to get in the zone and be able to perform the way I did.
And so for that game that night, what was the flight home like, Gabriel, that night?
It was just shocking. I feel like we played well on both sides of the ball, and to just not come out with the win, it was a confusing night for sure. Quiet flight back home, and just thinking of everything that happened, but then just me in shock of doing what I did, 8 receptions, 200 yards, like you said, and 4 touchdowns. I mean, I'm next to guys who I looked up to, Larry Fitzgerald and Jerry Rice when it comes to postseason stats, and that's what I worked for, and I'm happy to be a part of some names that are the best to ever play.
This is the receiver in my life, Gabriel Davis. Michael Irvin talks about distance traveled all the time and how that builds character, builds teams, and the famous photograph of your teammate Stephon Diggs watching the Chiefs celebrate the AFC Championship victory 2 years ago in that building, watching them hoist the Lamar Hunt Trophy, and now last year. I'm wondering how those losses in Kansas City helped build your team with so much expectation surrounding it this year for you.
Yeah, a lot of the guys have been sacrificing a lot to put the time and the work in to be where we want to be. I feel like our team is at its peak, and I'm ready to see what we do this season. It's going to be a lot of fun. A guy like Steph, like you said with that picture, I know Steph was working real hard in this offseason, and he's a great guy to play on the other side of, and I got all the confidence in the world when he's over there.
Yeah, how when you line up and see maybe a safety shading in his direction, that's got to light up your eyes too, right, Gabriel? I'd imagine.
Yeah, of course. Having 14 on the other side with his experience and the way he plays the game, again, it brings me a lot of confidence and a lot of ability to do what I want as well on the field and have a little bit more opportunity. But we'll see this year where those safeties will be shaded.
I think you caught some people's attention, Gabriel. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I think you did.
Of course. Of course. And I say it in the most humbling way
of course.
as I could. So again, just happy to now have an opportunity to play a little bit more and be across a guy I couldn't, I wouldn't be more happier than playing with on the field.
Of course. Gabriel Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. What is it like being in the huddle with Josh Allen? Can you walk me through what that's like with him?
Yeah, Josh, Josh is a competitor. He wants to win. When he comes in the huddle and calls that play, you're ready to go. We got everybody in that huddle and on that sideline has trust in him to lead this team to a victory, and that's how I feel every time he calls a play around the huddle. And as soon as we break it, I'm like, all right, we're going to make something happen. And 17 is a guy that you can trust to do that, and excited to be able to be a part of this team with him, and excited to see what he does this year as well. Yeah,
because watching your offense when he's cooking, which is frequent, makes me think like you're not stoppable, and he when he's running at you or throwing it, it leads to, I would think, a deflation on the defensive side of the ball. I'm wondering, what about the elation for you when you break the huddle knowing that you're cooking? Can you describe the confidence level that you were all feeding off of at that point, Gabriel?
I mean, you can see it. You can see it in the way he plays once he gets in the rhythm and understands what's going on. I mean, he's a man who can't be stopped. And again, like I said, I got all the trust in the world when I have 17 on the same side as me on the field. And I know it probably, freaks people out when they have to go against him, especially when he's on a roll, because he's dangerous. And just happy to be a part of that with him, and happy to see how good he's been. I know how people talked about him when he was first coming into elite and into the NFL. Even the couple years he was even playing, and to see what level he's at now, I'm excited for him. So he's earned it, he's worked for it, and it's going to be a good year.
Did you have a good view when he jumped over the entire Kansas City Chiefs defense in one moment? Did you have a good view of that?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, I had a great view. I was watching it. You know, he does it every single year. He has at least one hurdle a year. We figured out with him. So he's always down to make a big play with the ball in his hands, whether it's throwing the ball or running it, and you can trust him. Again, like I said, he's a true dual threat quarterback, and he's excited to he's really exciting to play with.
Did you say something to him when you get back in the huddle? Like, what was that? Where'd that come from? Or did he say something after that?
No, you expect it.
Wow.
You see it from him. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I remember the first year I ever played with him, and just when he stepped on the field, he had this swagger about him where it's like you knew he was the guy, and knew that he had all the confidence in the world as well when he was on the field. So I knew he was a quarterback that I wanted to play with from day one.
Gabriel Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. Drafted in the 4th round in 2020. That was the pandemic draft. Walk me through your draft night, and who called you from the Bills, Gabriel Davis?
Yeah. So I remember I actually had family over for that second day?
Mm-hmm.
And, thought I was be a second or third round guy. It didn't happen. And I just remember being so embarrassed having everybody at the house and, not making it to, having to be where I thought I was going to be. And I went in, I remember going in my bathroom, and I just cried because I was just so embarrassed of not going where I thought I'd be. And next day came, and getting that call, Brandon Beam was on the phone, and I told Brandon that, they can count on me and they'll get everything that I got, and, they won't regret this decision. And, I'm glad I was able to play the way I've been and do what I do. And, my mom was happy either way, if it was
Sure.
the first round or undrafted, she's just happy to see her son doing what she's doing. But I had a lot of family, a lot of friends there, and everybody was excited. And I was glad to be able to, get off the board and have everybody there watching.
Sounds like quite a chip, Gabriel. I'm not going to lie. Where you're cleaning up, or the party's cleaning up on that Friday night, you're still out there on the board. And I'm wondering if that you take that on the field with you every week.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I was always told I was too slow to play receiver, and I couldn't do it, and that I was never the star coming out of my city or anything like that. I was always the underdog and a late bloomer, and I just knew I'd be able to, if I put the work in and put the time in and sacrificed everything for this game, I knew it would pay me back. And, that's what I try and think about every single day. So I go out there and give it my all each and every single day.
I mean, I'm not a scout. I don't watch all 22 in my spare time that much. But who the hell told you were not fast enough to be wide receiver, Gabriel Davis? I mean,
this is back when I was in high school, getting recruited and stuff, and people thought I was a tight end, and also, again, just thought I didn't have the ability to play receiver. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it was. I thought I was good enough, but I remember Coach Becton from UCF. I remember he was the tight end coach at the time. He thought I was going to play tight end. He came to one of my high school games, and I had 5 catches for 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're a receiver. Don't worry about it. We'll put you at receiver." And that kind of kicked off that kind of moment for me at UCF to play the position that I've always wanted to play.
Gabriel Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. You're not superstitious. You wear 13. How'd that happen?
I was actually 11 growing up, and got to UCF, and someone had it at the time, and 13 was the only low number available, really. So I just took that and ran with it, and ever since it's done me good, and came to the Bills, and Cole Beasley was 11, and which was fine with me. I wanted to stay 13 and was able to do that. And it's been doing me well.
It sure has. So I guess you don't have. Hey, Kurt Warner was 13. He swears by it. I mean,
yeah, Kurt Warner was 13. Yeah, and I remember that's when I fell in love with football. Was I was watching that? I think it was the '08 Super Bowl, and Larry Fitzgerald caught that.
That's right.
That post and ran it in for the touchdown. I said, "Mom, I want to do that. I want to be like him." and Larry was kind of that guy that I always wanted to mimic and be like, because he was a big, strong, physical receiver. Didn't have the best speed, but had great hands and was a smart guy on the field and dependable. And that's the kind of player I wanted to be.
Hey, Gabriel Davis, you chose a winner, man. A person too, human, football player, all of it. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald is a great person to choose to try and emulate. That is for sure. Have you met him? You ever cross paths with him?
I met him once, yeah.
Okay.
Met him once. He signed a jersey for me and everything. It was actually pretty cool moment to be in the league with the same guy I looked up to when I was literally, 9 years old.
Sounds like Larry Fitzgerald to me. Before I let you go, Gabriel Davis, what's your favorite Bills Mafia story? You got one? Share one for me, with me. What do you got?
My favorite Bills Mafia story?
Yeah, running into somebody in town, I don't know, or just hearing about it secondhand, or anything that obviously involved you. You got a good one?
It doesn't even involve me, but
okay.
This is when I knew I loved one of my guys who we got last year. Spencer Brown was a rookie, and I think it's the Carolina game. Diggs caught a nice ball in the corner of the end zone, and we're all celebrating. And this man Spencer Brown goes in the crowd and grabs a blue light and chugs it on the field through his face mask and everything. Just pours the whole beer onto his face. During the game. This is like the first or second quarter.
Yeah. And
this guy is partying like that, and I just knew we had a stud on our team after that.
That's it. I know.
Yeah. And then he has a big old picture of it at his house. That's just, I mean, it's the best picture you can have of yourself in football. I mean, I don't think he'll get anything better than that.
Do you got a good Von Miller story already? Anything? Now that he's on your team?
Vaughn is a DJ, I guess, on the weekends. He has the whole setup in the locker room, big old 12 speakers and the whole DJ setup, and he's, thinking he's at the club every single day before practice. So that's something interesting I didn't know about him. Okay,
does he take requests? Do you give him requests? Anything like that, or what?
I think he has his own mixes. I haven't requested anything yet, but I remember I forgot what country song was on. I'm like, man, who is playing this country behind song? Who is it? And if out of everybody in the locker room is Von Miller. So it's something that you never expect to see that I saw. It was the funniest thing from him.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, who's playing? Oh, it's Von. It's good. It's kind of like one of those coaches go, no, yes type moments, right?
That's, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's pretty much what it is. All right, before I let you go then, last one for you, the expectation level for your team's through the roof. I mean, there's a reason why you're opening up the season against the world champion Rams. There's a reason why you have all of these nationally televised appearances. There's a reason why there's so many people circling the wagons, to use the phrase of my friend Chris Berman. How are you handling all the level of expectation, Gabriel Davis, for the Bills?
We're just taking it day by day. We, obviously, we can't say that we don't see it as well. I mean, the expectation is everywhere. But again, we just try to keep everything in-house and keep that same mindset we've had for the past 2 years, and just keep coming into work every single day, trying to prove ourselves, and not to prove to anybody else, but prove to ourselves what we can do and what we're worth and what we've been working for this whole time. We've had a great camp. It's been a lot of fun with these guys. We have a great team, a lot of great players, a lot of great people. And I feel like it's been a long time coming. I'm excited to see what we do this year.
Gabriel Davis, I'm not just saying this because you called into the show and I really enjoyed the chat, but every year I'm in a fantasy league with my colleague across the way, Chris Brockman, who is the general manager of this team. And sometimes I'm not available to be at the draft, and I will give him the name of a player or two that he's got to come out of the draft with this year. And I shouldn't be saying this on live television and radio, but I'll do it anyway. You're that guy. You're that guy this year. You're that guy. I honestly, I'm in 2 leagues, and if I don't walk out with Gabriel Davis on my fantasy team on either one, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. That's a fact. That's a true story.
Well, I appreciate that support, man. It means a lot coming from a guy like you as well.
I appreciate you saying that, but so go forth and multiply your touchdowns, sir, Enjoy it.
yeah, for sure. Thank you.
And look for my call during the season. Please do.
I got you.
And tell Stephon Diggs not to be a stranger. I mean, he ducks a lot of the media, man. I don't understand it. He's so popular and he's so nice to talk to. And then I call him and he's just like, who this? New phone. I don't get it. Will you tell him?
Yeah, man. I mean, I wish I could get a hold of him too. You know, it's kind of hard. You know?
Wow. Oh, good Lord. Well,
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, forget.
I can call him. He'll pick up.
Okay, you tell him. You tell him I said hi and stop being a stranger.
I will, for
okay.
sure.
Take care, Gabriel Davis. You be well.
All right, thanks, man.
The very talented Gabriel Davis right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Oh, my goodness gracious.